most polluting species on Earth. Although we have the opportunity and resources to learn and research anything in this day and age, we are still neglecting missed opportunities to preserve our environment. Good afternoon, fellow students, teachers, guests, and honorable judges. Everyone in this room is wearing clothing. Clothing doesn't just appear into a department store. It needs to be brought here through a cycle. Natural resources are universally used and play a massive role in our societies. How did you get to school? Most of you probably use some type of transportation. A lot of modern transportation needs natural resources in order for it to run. Many countries, including Canada, have taken a focus on preserving our natural resources due to using them so abundantly. Many people think that our societies have been dealing with this problem, but I strongly disagree. Losing these natural resources is inevitable, but that doesn't mean the world should lose hope. We may not be able to stop using these phenomenal resources, but we can definitely slow resource exhaustion. Everyone is guilty. We all forget how fortunate we are. But how can we forget something that has such an impact? We are careless and oblivious to what is happening. People say, it makes life so much easier. Who cares? We need the resources. We use them every day. True, but honestly, do we have to use them that excessively? Andy Stanley once said, greed is supported by an endless amount of what-ifs. Greedy people can never have enough to satisfy the need they feel light of every conceivable eventuality. Our poor understanding of how one thing affects another is impacting our natural resources immensely. We have been creating fruits and vegetables of our own with chemicals and plant genes to make the fruit or vegetable that we want. These vegetables and fruits are called hybrid vegetables or hybrid fruits. By making these, we are affecting the amount of decomposition that is happening underneath the soil. If we replace all the peas with hybrid, there's a large chunk of possible decomposition that is no longer happening. If decomposition doesn't happen, it will take nutrients away from the soil. The soil then has a harder time producing our natural resources that we so carelessly use. What is the solution to this environmental crisis? Well, there are a lot of different ways in helping our natural resources. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. These are common principles also known as the 3 R's. Reusing is quite straightforward because sometimes that you don't even know that you're reusing. Have you ever given someone clothes or donated some to charity? Well, that is reusing. Quote, one man's junk is another man's treasure. Unquote, author unknown. Recycling has an immense impact. Everywhere I go, I see these blue bins that say recycle on them. I always wonder how people can be so lazy that they can't even put their own junk into a bin. Reducing is another easy way to take part in saving natural resources. All you have to do is cut back on what you use. I feel that people are not prioritizing their needs and wants. Do you really need that can of soda? Yes, it sure tastes delicious, but do you really need it? Fun fact, did you know that in 1960, 2.7 pounds of waste got disposed per year, and that was per person. Today, 4.7 pounds of waste per day per person. Those numbers are only increasing. If you take action right now, our generation, and the next, could live as successful and as happy as us. Not only would you help preserve our natural resources, but you would dramatically change the way society looks at things. Isn't it interesting to know that the human race has been alive for centuries and didn't destroy this amazing ecosystem? Well, that is exactly what could happen if we decide to conserve the non-renewable resources. It could last for centuries. Our societies would change. Technology would have to be different. People would have to change. If we do the right thing, we could change the world. Without these resources, where would we be? We would have to restart. So let's not make elimination come quite so easy. Let's fight back. I believe that we can achieve this goal, and so should you. It is up to us to save our surroundings for the future and generations to come. We need to break old habits and create new ones. Small changes can make big differences, and everyone has a part in conserving this ecosystem. Life hasn't got a remote or instructions. You actually have to get up and improve it by working hard. Woo!